welcome to By Any Means Necessary. This topic series is called Behind the Likes. And I wanted to do this because a lot of times we're on social media and we compare ourselves to what and who we see. But we don't know the grind behind it. We don't know what it took them to get to that point. We just don't know about their real lives. And that, can kind of skew our personal lives, and we can just compare ourselves and try to reach an aspect or a goal that might not be realistic for our life, and we just don't know what it took them to get to that point. So today I am here with Kia of Siren Beauty Bar. Welcome.
Hey girl.
Hi. Thank you so much for being on the first installment of this series. And I definitely want to talk to her because I've known Kia at least 5 years now. And I saw, probably longer, I've seen the rise. I've seen from shampoo to your own salon. So for one, congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But there's so much more to Kia than just the salon that we're in. And we are in her salon right now. First, before I go forward with Behind the Likes, let's tell them how they can come get your services, because we do still want to plug the business, okay? So what services do you offer here at the Siren Beauty Bar?
I offer extension services, I offer natural services, and I also offer hair growth services. That's one of my
specialties.
specialties.
Natural services?
Yes.
You can twist my locks.
I can twist. I don't do it that often, but I can.
Okay, cool.
I'm more so like
to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Natural hair. I love natural hair.
So
actually.
not just hair, you also sell products as well. You have your own flat irons, oils,
my growth serum,
all of that.
And I also sell hair.
Don't be modest though. Like, that's dope. You are a Black woman out here doing it, and you are not just resting on just one thing. You are getting those multiple streams of income. So I think that's what's up. That's dope. So let's talk about just the journey and what you're doing besides hair, because we see, again, Hair by Kia G. We look on Facebook and we look on Instagram and we see all the likes and we see all the people coming in and out of the salon, but you're more than just that. So you are a mom.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me about your kids.
I have 2 boys. They are 5 and 11. My oldest is my calm, relaxed baby. And then, of course, you have to have a turn-up kid.
Turn up.
Yeah. That's a 5-year-old, but they're sweet. I love them. They have a great relationship. Right now, they're with their father. I actually let them stay with their father this school year.
Okay.
So they're actually in Georgia. I miss them a lot, but they're great boys.
Yeah, that's what's up. And that's dope too, because it is important for them to have both of you guys in their lives. So kudos to you for that. Aruba, you guys went to Aruba this year.
Yes.
Right. So again, we see the trips and we see the passport stamping, but again, that took saving, that took all of these things. So let's talk about how you got to have your own salon. What types of things did you have to do to prepare to be able to have this? And was it an easy thing for you to just be like, I want my own salon, I'm buying it?
Honestly, it was building my brand over the years, working hard, kind of growing clientele to make sure.
And did you have a marketing specialist, or were you everything? Were you your marketer? Or
I was my marketer.
Right.
I probably have about 14 social media pages that I run myself. And I just kind of built off of that. So it was mostly just me trying to get myself out there and get my name and just building my clientele and word of mouth. And I think that's the biggest part of my business is word of mouth and social media. So when the opportunity was presented to me a few years before I decided to take over the salon, and I turned it down because I was nervous.
So you had the opportunity 4 years ago to do it, but you turned it down. Did you feel you weren't ready?
Yeah.
So that's really important. Yeah. A lot of times we might get opportunities given to us or presented to us, and we might jump on it, and it's a little bit too much too soon, and it might fail. But you had the presence of mind to know that not yet. Yeah. Soon, but not yet. Yeah. Was that hard for you?
Yeah, it was, because I wanted it, but I was just kind of like, no, it's not right. I know it's not right. I knew I financially wasn't ready to do it, and I knew I wasn't in the right mindset to do it at that moment. So I just was kind of like, no, I'll wait. I was okay with paying booth rent.
Yeah, right. You mentioned that you grew your You grew your brand. That did that. You grew your brand through social media and word of mouth. So, of course, when you were new, it wasn't overnight. Now everybody knows you. Now I have one post and I get 1,000+ likes per post. How did you deal with the, I'm going to use disappointment of not initially, having that word of mouth, and how did you deal with that and people not knowing who you were right away? You knew your talent, you knew what you brought to the table, but people, they right away when you first come out, they don't know. So how did you deal with that?
It was frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. I probably quit.
How many times? Talk about it.
Probably about 10 times. It was a few times where I actually called because Cookie was the owner of the salon at the
Hey,
time.
Cookie, I know Cookie. Hey, Cookie. This is where you were on Bethel.
Uh-huh. And I think I called her a few times and was like, I can't do this. I don't think I can do this. Because I even remember at one point when I was pregnant with my baby and I was doing hair and I was really struggling at that point.
And were you comparing your career to others you saw?
Yeah. And then it was just like I was still in that building phase and, being pregnant, about to have a newborn, and then trying to pay bills and trying to pay booth rent while trying to build a brand when you're just starting. It was hard. I'm not going to lie. So I remember calling her one day like, I don't think I can do this.
So what kept you going?
Honestly, after I had my baby and I had time to sit at home, I was just kind of like,
I gotta do it.
I gotta do it.
It's in me.
Yeah.
At what point did you have that breakthrough where you started seeing things pick up?
I must say, I probably about 4 years ago was when I actually started seeing a shift in my income, and I started realizing like,
oh snap,
I'm making some money.
yeah, exactly. So at that point, it was like kind of that reassurance. And how long had you been doing it until that point?
Probably about 2.5 years. So yeah,
for yourself.
Yep.
And they say, I always say, for entrepreneurship, it takes about 3 years before you start seeing that profit. So now we're on this side of things, and you are seeing a profit. I'm only going to take this comment because you posted it on Facebook. Okay. You said that you invested $20,000 into your business this month.
Yeah.
That made my heart stop. But I get it. I understand it. But explain that part. Explain the self-investment into your business and why you're like that. To that level. Because people can put like 500 in. 20 stacks though? That's a lot.
Honestly, because had you told me to put that amount of money in my business a couple years ago, I would have been like...
Excuse me? That's a car.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And I honestly was like real tight with my money. Like, I gotta save everything. I can't spend. I can't invest. No. Or, if somebody told me about a class that I needed to take and they told me the price, I would normally be like, that's too much. All right, I'll call you back.
So you're still taking classes?
Yeah.
For this industry?
For this industry and, some other ventures that I'm venturing off into. So, so a lot of it has been classes, investing in just buying inventory.
So being a constant student of your field is so important. Never stop learning, never stop investing. Okay, so you invested into your business outside of hair by Kia G, beyond the hair. What else are you doing? Because I know you have been recently nominated for Top 40 Under 40 by Hampton University. Yes, so congratulations for that. I know you're going to be there, and you're going to be on that list, and you're going to be able to be there. So get your speech ready for when you go up there. But so tell me about that part. Tell me about the philanthropist that you are and the other things you have going on.
So I actually have some things that I'm kind of working on because I've probably been talking about this for the last... Probably since I graduated undergrad.
And you went to school for what?
Business administration. So I've been talking about this because I was in foster care and because I've seen the other side of things, having both of my parents being convicted felons and being incarcerated. I've always wanted to help children. That's always been my passion. Just because I've lived in a house with foster brothers and sisters that have struggled, that have been through sexual abuse, physical abuse, so you see it from a different angle.
Right.
And being in that environment, I always just said I wanted to give back. So,
each one teach one.
Yeah. So me and my cousin are actually putting something together where we're going to work on doing makeovers for young ladies, to help them build their self-esteem.
That's dope.
Yeah. And one of my goals for this year is to actually get my nonprofit up
One
and
thing
running.
you will do this year is get your nonprofit up and running.
Yes. Get
And
my
will it be
nonprofit.
in that same realm of giving back to children?
Yes, it will. It'll be more so mentoring, tapping into different talents as far as arts, engineering, math.
What?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's something I've been talking about this for years. I just never, before it was like I didn't have the money to put into it. So now it's like, okay, I got some money to put into it. I can actually do it. So
wow,
it's something
and
I
I'm
really want to do.
a firm believer in karma and just what you put out there comes back, and you are just constantly giving, and it's constantly coming back to you. And just thank you from a parent, as a Black woman, as somebody. You are definitely an inspiration to me. I always tell you, just seeing the progress and seeing and not only I appreciate that you do post the financial the responsibilities that you have and the things that you're doing to secure your future and your children's future. You posted today that you are going to start to work on your 13-year-old's credit today. So I know you went to school for business. Is that where that came? Where is that mindset from?
And it came from that, and it also just came from me just not knowing anything about credit. My mother and, they didn't really know credit, so I started out at 18 with bad credit.
Finger hut. The man power.
Yeah. So I started out with bad credit, and I really didn't. It probably took me. I probably really didn't learn about credit until I was about 28, 29, like really no credit.
Yeah.
And at that point, I had actually built my credit up. I got it up high, and then life happened. My mother and my grandmother got diagnosed.
Let me say same. I was good.
Yeah, I was good. And, stuff happens. They got diagnosed with cancer. I became basically
the caretaker.
Yeah, helping. And not only that, I also got very depressed. So I kind of pulled away from my business, and I didn't put into it. So I made less money, which in turn caused my credit to drop.
How did you pull out of that depression? Do you remember?
I honestly don't know. It took a long time. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
It took a long time. I was probably in that depressed state for a while.
And how long ago was that?
Felicia, what was that? Like last year?
About a year.
Yeah.
But I would never know. You know what I mean? That's why I think this is so important, because you have friends, you have family that knew what you were going through, but
coming to work.
Still coming to work. Staying busy helps. Yeah, that helps. Yeah. But we look all the time, and I'm sure during that time you were looking through people and seeing them happy and being like, "Dang, yo!" Like
I couldn't pull myself out of it. I tried to. It was hard. There was a lot of times where my friend would call me like, "What you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm at the beach." Who you with? Myself. Why are you at the beach by yourself?
But no, that's important too. Sometimes you need to go to the beach by yourself, and that was a great place to be in a time like that, close to water, and just sand, feet in the sand, connected to. Yeah. So you knew how to help yourself. You were helping yourself by doing that, by staying busy.
I had to, because it was just like I was like, I can't. This is, and it was crazy because I didn't realize I was in that space until I started like, why am I struggling to pay my bills? Like, why is everything? And that's when I realized my income had dropped a lot. Yeah. And I was just like, hold on, what's going on? But
being everything for everybody.
Yeah, I didn't realize it, and then I just kind of had to just get myself out of it. It took a while, but it was just
you good now.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're good now. What do you do for self-care to make sure you stay okay?
I travel.
Oh, yes. And be gone. Passport is lit. Passport be stamped. Try about that. That's good.
That's my self-care. When I get stressed out, I'll be like, all right, time to go somewhere.
That time you get stressed out, girl, you got my phone number.
Yes.
Call me up.
Okay.
What would you say to anybody who is trying to start out in the hair business or anything for themselves, and they're looking at your social media and they are comparing themselves to you, but they feel bad because they're not in the place you are now? What can you tell them?
I always tell people, because I just had somebody comment on one of my statuses the other day about that, because it's just like I think it was a meme that I posted. I can't remember exactly what the meme said, but it was something about not quitting. Or no, it was a meme that was like, your first video is going to be awful.
Your first podcast. Yeah, I did see that.
Mm-hmm. And they was like, this is how I feel. And I'm like, just don't quit. Don't give up. I was like, because one of my clients commented like, no, your stuff has always been awesome. I said, no, it hasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to keep that stuff too. too. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we tape everything because I have my first episode, and then when I'm going to get my Emmy in a few years, I'll be like, dang, I was whack right here, but the progression is so important to go back and look.
And it's crazy because I actually went back on my Instagram page and looked at like some old pictures. And I took a couple screenshots like, woo!
Right. You got to. Like, if you're watching this show right now, go and look at yourself just 2 years ago and just see how far you came. Even if you don't have a business, even if it's just your personal life, you can look at something and remember how you felt at that moment. You can hear a song and be transported back. I hear songs now and I'm like, I remember when I heard that song before and I was sad and depressed because I didn't have that. Yeah. I hear this song now and I'm like, word. I watched The Notebook before and would be hating on the girl.
Oh, yeah.
I watch The Notebook now and be like, they ain't got nothing on me and it. Like, you gotta like go through and do that type of stuff.
You have to look back and just look at your progress.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think I said something like, you can't compare your year 1 to my year 5.
Exactly.
And I think that's very important because, you know, a lot of people like comparing. I'm like, I've been doing this.
Go on, put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
That's a shirt.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely do that.
You should do that. Yeah. Go on and capitalize on that. Well, again, I am proud of you.
Thank you.
Please never, ever, ever, ever give up. I think this is amazing what you've built. I think it's amazing that you're also giving back. You know what you went through. And you don't want anybody else to go through it. You know what you saw, and you don't want nobody else to go through it. So you are taking that and you are putting that back into the atmosphere. And I think that is a big part of why you're so successful. I feel like people with better hearts have better lives. And I see it every time I see you post. And you look so happy. You look so fulfilled. Your children look happy. Your clients glow when they leave here. So it's amazing. It really is amazing. And you are amazing beyond the likes.
Thank you.
Please tell everybody where they can find you, where you're located, and your social media. Plug.
I'm Kiki. I'm on Instagram as Hair by Kia G, and that's KIYAGEE. Facebook is Hair by Kia G as well. My salon is Siren Beauty Bar. The address is 2179 Cunningham Drive, Hampton, Virginia 23666. And I'm located in the shopping center where Comfort Zone and Cool Smiles is located.
Word. All right, everybody. For By Any Means Necessary and Behind the Lights, I'm Dominique. Again, this is Kia. Peace, love, and light.
Thank you.